truly, deeply love you.
Probably alright. Oh, I do have some music lined up. I'm just gonna go use the okay, save that. Let's see how this goes. Something like that. Okay. Alright. Okay, it looks like things are working.
Jeffrey Chorter says hi.
Hello. There we go. Okay. Zip lines are a little bit high for me. Let's go downstairs and oh, sorry. Yeah, let's go over here. Created a group plus instance. Huh. I am starting to reach that point where I've got enough friends on VRChat to not remember some of them. Okay, there's something
Rocky
going.
Red Panda says, "Oh, I've been there."
Yeah, yeah. This is the Ferality world. You are here.
Alpha Aviation. Said WSP.
Oh, yeah. So we finished our D&D session.
Rocky Red Panda says, no, I mean, I've had friends I don't remember on VRC. Thanks for the screen capping feature.
Oh, okay, yeah, that happens. Especially when you get a flurry of ads. You know, I think it's great. The only thing that I don't think is so great, that has happened to me a couple times, is when I try to go and visit a friend, and it's not like they're in a private world or anything. I'll go and visit a friend, and then I get
Alpha Aviation
kicked from the world.
said hi.
Oh, hi, Alpha. Yeah, so when I get
Alpha Aviation.
Nathaniel Bright says
Said
at
what game
Progressive
is it?
Geeky Chan.
so when I get kicked from a friend's world, I
Nathaniel Bright says hi.
don't consider that friendly, and sometimes I just remove them. You know. Yeah, hello everybody.
Nathaniel Bright says, "How are you?"
Oh, doing pretty good. Just finished a Dungeons and Dragons session. Oh,
Nathaniel Bright says good.
what does that sound mean?
Alpha Aviation.
Nathaniel
Said
Bright
what-
says my name
Oh,
is
so-
Nathan.
Oh, someone
Rocky Red
subscribed.
Panda says, I just finished a Pathfinder session.
Oh, nice. Name is Nathan. Oh, Nate. Okay. Hopefully, it's not the Nathan in my D&D session who's kind of pissed off at me right now. Yeah, I got a subscriber over there, YouTube. Thanks for subscribing there, Super Mario and
Alpha
Sonic
Aviation.
fan.
Said what game, man?
So this is VRChat. It is a VR world. You don't have to have a VR headset to come here. You can play VRChat on PC without a VR headset. You can even play on an Android cell phone without a VR headset. So it's a pretty accessible game, really. And you can make friends here and meet your friends. You know, it's really, really nice in that way. And I can set up a stream camera here. Stream camera. And I'll just flip it and I'll auto level it, which helps, and then I'll fly it. Kind of move it out a little bit, you know, and if anybody joins me, they can stand next to me to be in the stream. Then I'll anchor it to local, and what that does is it lets the camera follow me. So if I move around, the camera will move with me, which is convenient if you don't want to stay in the same place. Yeah, so I could either take this zip line down to there. Go down to that area. Oh, there's another zip line over there. Yeah, this is kind of a hub here. And of course, they've got the sign up here for the Ferrari Umbra, which is coming up in June. Now, this world I'm in is the world they used for the last rally event last June, and they made it public in like January, I think it was, and so you can come here and see what it was like to be in the main world during the event last June. Now, Ferrari Umbra, that's coming up this June, is going to be science fiction based. Now you can see this is kind of like a jungle treehouse kind of themed. The one this June will be science fiction. You'll actually be on another planet somewhere in the universe, and there will be an eclipse happening on that other planet, hence the name Umbra, which is kind of like the outer shadow of a solar eclipse. So when you're in the umbra of an eclipse, the sun or whatever will be like a sliver. Hence, that's where they got the name. It should be very cool. I'm a sci-fi fan myself, so it'll just be kind of fantastic for me. Let's see. Sometimes it's a little hard to get the zip line, especially when you're a little short. There we go. There we go. And the zip lines will defy gravity here. They go up as well. Otherwise, it'd be difficult to get up there. There's no flying mechanics on this world like there is on some worlds when you have wings. Unfortunately. But they got there's a lot of birds in this one, so I'm not sure what kind of creatures will be in the sci-fi world. Maybe it'll be some alien-looking things. I don't know. These birds look pretty alien with having arms and hands and stuff, but
Dayfam says hello.
Hi, Dayfam. I like the little round log like birdhouse here. Let's see behind me. Maybe if I go up the stairs a bit, you'll get a better. Yeah, there it is. Like a log shaped birdhouse thing. Looks pretty cool. This world, there's a lot of like rooms in different branches of the tree or in different trees. There's zip lines and stairs and ladders to get to different things, and some of them you have to kind of just jump to get there.
Welcome to Progressive Pete's house, little Pete Talk.
Welcome. Yeah, before I came live, I just posted a video on TikTok, and I used some AI to help me. I even have an AI character on it, explaining what needs to be fixed in the TikTok creativity beta program. And because the way that the program currently works is you can't promote other creators on the platform, and that's one thing I like to do. I'm not a selfish creator. I'm a share the love kind of creator. I like to promote creators that I like, either through duets or reposts or whatever. And unfortunately, the way the creativity beta program works now, you get
Rocky Red Panda says they should have stream rating like Twitch.
They should. They should. You can sort of kind of do it, but it's all manual. You have to get all your people in your stream to say, okay, go follow this person. And you know, which is a lot tougher to do, right? And it'd be kind of like herding cats, right? But yeah, I agree wholeheartedly that the platform should have raids for sure. And you shouldn't be penalized. I mean, I did a duet. I did a duet with a music creator because they're not even signed up with UMG, but yet their music got all muted, and it kind of hurts them as like more of an independent musician. And so I duetted their thing, thinking that would make it unique enough because it's just one of those side-by-side things. But no, TikTok dinged me on that too for original content, and it's just like, oh come on, this is ridiculous. Why? If you join one of their programs, can you not like do repost, which is built-in functionality in the app? Or do share to story. It looks like that got taken away. I can't share the stories anymore. Other people's stuff to my story. And apparently I can't even duet. I thought duet would be safe, but no, I got dinged on the duet too. I already got taken out of the program once.
Welcome to Progressive
and hey, and I peeled it. And they put me back in because I explained, hey, this doesn't make any sense. And whoever reviewed my appeal must have agreed and put me back in the program. And I thought, okay, well maybe I can do a duet, instead of repost. And then boom, I got another violation. So the system might automatically remove me from the program again. So I'll probably have to appeal it again. It's just a real pain in the ass. It's like, hey guys, it's nice having the program and all, but it shouldn't cripple you saying, oh, you can't, there's like these 4 features you cannot use in TikTok anymore just because you're in the program, right? That just doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, and I shared that, shared my video with a few folks too who might be interested or kind of like on the activist side of things. And also, I'm very eclectic. Yeah, I'm doing some furry kind of stuff, and I have a furry community, but I also have other communities. I'm not just, I have some activist communities I'm involved with. It's I have a lot of interests, and and I support other creators of different kinds, And these other creators know that I am an ally in many things. Just not just in this community, right? And I like to help other creators out. But this whole beta program thing is kind of tying my hands behind my back in certain circumstances. For instance, maybe I want to share something that Nova Valley did, to promote his stuff, or share something that Blazix did, or share something that Boot Maglacian did. There's a lot of great creators on this platform, but with the beta program, I can't do that anymore. And yeah, it's for stuff that's only over a minute long. But still, it's really hard to tell what's over a minute and what's under a minute anymore. Unless it's really short. And so I'm always looking at this. Can
Alan,
I
a Sharko
share this?
says hi.
Or can I not share this?
Alan.ESHA says hi.
Hello. And it's just kind of a royal pain. It's stifles creators who want to support other creators, is what it does. And
Alan.es HOCO says, I got AGF.
Yeah. What does that mean? You gotta go? Is that what he means? Or I got a girlfriend? Is that what that means? Okay, well, if that's what it means.
Rocky Red Panda says yeah.
Okay, alright.
Alan.es HACO says yeah.
Okay. Alright, congrats. I wish you happiness on that.
Alan.ESHACO says thanks.
And yeah, so I got some
Thanks for the screen tapping, Alan.
got some regulars on here. I know Demon King and I shared some videos back and forth earlier. I don't know if he's going to be available to join or not. Usually he hops on and joins when he can.
Alan.ESHACO says guys like the life.
Oh, thank you. And
welcome to Progressive Geeks House Alive but Dead Inside. D.
Thanks for the screen tapping, Ellen.
And hopefully I answered
Welcome
Alpha
to Progressive
Aviation.
Geeks House.
Got a question about what game it is. It's VRChat. I talked about that earlier. Yeah, VRChat is, you know, I mean, it's got its problems, and it, you know, there was that whole mess with the not having the mods.
Thanks for the screen tapping alive but dead inside, D.
Oh, thank you. But you know, I just had to laugh when like Meta was trying to create their virtual world, and it was just like floating around half a body with like a very cartoonish head on top. I just thought, oh my god, have you guys ever seen VRChat? I mean, come on, you guys are so many miles
Thanks
behind.
for the screen tapping alive, but dead inside, P.
You know, the whole Meta thing. And Steam has something too. I tried to do...
Rocky Red Panda says yeah lol, I could tell Meta was gonna flop.
Yeah, yep.
Rocky Red Panda says flop on release.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, because it was like really clunky, right? It was just like... I mean, VRChat was like light years beyond what they were trying to make.
Thanks for the screen tapping alive, but dead inside. D.
And VRChat, I mean not VRChat, Steam has this weird room, like hosting a room thing. I just couldn't figure that out. I tried to do it. Tried to go in.
That edit man says hello.
Hi. You know. Now the other ones like Chill Out VR. I mean that's pretty good.
That edit man says I sent a lot of likes.
Oh, thanks so much, guys. Thank you for the likes. Yeah, I didn't really have.
Thanks for the screen
planned.
tapping alive but dead inside. D.
I don't know if you guys are interested in
That
seeing
man
something.
says you're welcome.
If you guys are interested in seeing something, like I don't know how many people in my audience right now have seen the Beyond the Bit world, but I could take you there.
FNAF edit man says fly.
Fly? Okay, I'll have to go to a different world to fly, but I can do it.
Rocky
so?
Red Panda says, have you seen Spitch Boat?
Welcome to Progressive
Yeah.
Geeks House Busy.
Yep, I've seen that one. So the spitch bow, that that's how you spike spitch, whatever. That isn't as a show as well. Really full of animation. The only
Thanks for the screen tapping alive, but
the only
dead inside. D.
The only disadvantage of that world is it's not Quest compatible.
FNAF Edit Man says send more.
Cool, thank you. I can show it to you guys if you want to see it. I mean, it's probably... is that music safe there? I think it's okay. But I can show you that world. I think that one's okay. And we can do that one. And there's that one, and Beyond a Bit.
Thanks for the screen tapping alive, but dead inside. D.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about...
Red Panda says not sure. It's by a small EDM artist called Get Six.
Yeah. I seem to only really have the problem with Twitch on that. I'm multi-streaming right now. I mean, it's not a big deal. Usually what they do, well, they mute part of the stuff when it posts, and if I have a few in a row, they mute.
For the screen tapping alive,
They,
but dead
Twitch
inside.
stops auto posting my or auto publishing my lives, and I have to go in there and... Oh, another subscriber. Let me check it out. Mohammed Hanifa, welcome on YouTube. So yeah, I am multi-streaming. I have text-to-speech going on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch, so you may hear some cross conversations there that you don't see on your screen. It's just going to happen, but you should go hear them.
Man says congratulations on 1K likes.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so you guys want to see the speech boat thing? Demon King, if he does come on, he won't be able to follow me there, but might be a good time to do that right now while he's not here.
FNAF Edit Man says yay.
Okay, let me find it. I gotta find it. Might be easier to search for it.
Rocky Red Panda says it might be hard to talk while you are there, but it would be cool.
Oh yeah. Well, I can adjust the volume of the world down so it's not too interfering. I mean, you mainly go there for the lights and graphics anyway, right? Okay. Magic Heist is cool too. Okay, which... So I have VRChat Plus, so that means I can have four groups of worlds. I saved Cyberpunk, yeah, that's a cool place. Fallout stuff. Jacob. What's really interesting with the Spitch vote? Oh, there it is.
Snap Edit Man says it's super late. It's 2:05 a.m.
Oh, yeah. If you're on the East Coast, yeah, I'm on the West Coast. It's not quite so late for me. Okay, so I'll make this group plus. Create the instance and join it. Quest users will not be able to follow me here.
Says 3 for me.
Oh, 3? 3 clack, what? Okay, yeah, it's 5 after midnight. Wow. I guess I
Nav
spent...
edit man says I'm in Dayton, Texas.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm in the Seattle area. Okay. Okay, so...
Rocky Red Panda says, I am a Florida man.
Yeah, yeah. Florida, yeah. Okay, so... It might be better if I don't have the stream camera on. I'll turn it off for now. That way you see what I see. So I think you'll get a better view of the show that way.
Nav edit man says what's your 5 baseball team?
What's that about baseball? Oh, what's my favorite baseball team? You know, I'm not... Okay, so I don't... Where's the front of this thing? Okay, so I don't watch baseball on TV, but I do love going to a baseball game in person. And about once or twice a year or so, my manager at work will take us to a Mariners game. And it's a lot of fun.
Says mine is Astros.
The Astros? Okay. Yeah, so...
Rocky Red Panda says go Rays. Love the Rays.
Yeah. So I kind of like the Mariners, you know. They... the only problem with the Mariners is they have a real knack of snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Maltanthi Micken says hello, I'm new here.
Oh, hey, welcome. Yeah, you're for a real treat. I'm gonna play this show. I guess these arrows are saying click here to start the show. Yeah, so...
That man says I went to a Japanese restaurant and got some good sushi.
Oh, nice. Yeah, when I go to Japanese restaurant, I do the sashimi. So it doesn't have all the rice and stuff on it because I don't really care that much for rice. All right, so for all of you watching, there will let me fix the world volume before I start this whole thing. Why is everything all weird? Okay, something's weird. Okay, let me wow.
Molten Thimikin says NGL I only eat rice when it comes to Japanese food.
Yeah.
FNAF Edit Man says, and they cooked in front of you.
Oh yeah, I love those places. Like the Japanese steakhouses and stuff. Yeah. Oh crap! Let's see if I can do this. Reset avatar. I don't know. Something's weird. This arm's really short for some reason.
Rocky Red Panda says, I went to one of those for my birthday recently.
Oh yeah, those are a lot of fun. And usually you get the chef that does all the jokes and things and does a little volcano. I'm gonna change avatars because this one's not working here. Something's weird.
FNAF Edit Man says, do you like crawfish?
I don't know if I actually had crawfish. I mean, I do like shrimp and lobster and stuff like that, which I imagine is probably similar. Okay, there's just something weird with my tracking. I don't know if it's this world. Something's weird which is making it it made my arm really short. I don't know what's going on here, but okay, we'll just do this. Go to space. Okay, so one warning. Oh yeah, I was gonna try to do the volume thing just to. I'm gonna turn the volume down to like 25%. That's good. There are gonna be some lights. There's gonna be some flashing. Okay, so if you're sensitive to that kind of thing, I'm just warning you ahead of time that there's gonna be some of that. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, it's got the epilepsy warning. Yeah, right there on the screen.
FNAF Edit Man says, what's her favorite food?
Oh, all the stuff that's not good for me. I really liked like lasagna and stuff like that, but I have to really keep, you know, carbs down.
Rock Your Red Panda says lol true that. FNAF Edit Man says same.
Yeah. I might turn the world volume down.
DFAM says, what is one food that give you gas?
Gas?
Oh. FNAF Edit Man says Yevon 125 pounds.
Oh. I don't know. I guess some types of beans will give me gas. I usually don't have a lot of trouble.
FNAF Edit Man says beans give me gas.
Yeah, and beans will generally do that. I know you can reduce that. There's this enzyme. I think you can still get it at the grocery store. It's called Beano or something. You put a few drops in that, and it helps with that. Yeah.
Rocky Red Panda says, I got to get back into VRChat again.
No? Oh, yeah. It's a lot of fun. And there's always new stuff here. There's always new worlds and things to explore. The other night I did the karaoke, the furry karaoke world. And surprisingly, people actually liked that with me singing there, so might have to try it again sometime. Maybe practice a little bit.
Rocky Red Panda says, are you a good singer?
A very out of practice singer. I used to sing in choir, and when I was younger, I played instruments, saxophone, piano.
FNAF Edit Man says, what's her age?
What's my age? I'm 61. I'm a hexagenarian. So I got a video on TikTok. It's a few videos back where I have some of the karaoke stuff I've done. It's just little clips. I couldn't post the whole thing because of copyright, but if you want to see a little bit of that, it's in my videos. And think it's about 6, 7, or 8 minutes long, where I do some Pink Floyd tunes, and I did part of one Phil Collins tunes, and a couple songs that Alan Parsons project. Yeah.
FNAF Edit Man says face reveal.
Oh. Maybe someday. And I know people say they sound younger than I am. You know, I just attribute it to not smoking, you know. Smoking cigarettes, and it could cause your voice to age.
FNAF Edit Man says, by the way, did you say you are 61?
Yeah, 61, 6'1". Yeah, people always find that surprising, but you know, I am a technologist, you know, a software engineer, you know. I like technology. I work at Microsoft. I'm a software engineer at Microsoft, and I like VR, and I like doing this stuff on my spare time, you know. It's just
FNAF Edit Man says her voice sounds like her 20.
Yeah, that's what I'm told. Or 30. Yep. Okay, so that's this. This world has two shows on it. So the one show is the boat and flying through space and all the stuff flying past and all that kind of stuff. And then there's another show here. That's a pretty big deal. Only 3 players of VR recommended. At the end of these things, you try visiting alone. Okay, well, I'm the only one here. Plus, you know, I got a really beefy computer, so I really don't have any problem with that kind of thing. Let's see, do I have to click this thing? But yeah, so I'll show you this part of the show.
FNAF Edit Man says Rocky Red Panda. You have same amount of followers.
Oh, you mean as me or as somebody else, or you have the same number of followers as Red Panda? So this part of the show has, you know, flashing lights again, but it's kind of a.
Rocky Red Panda says it's not very many lol.
FNAF Edit Man says yay.
Yeah. One thing I'm kind of worried about. So I do multi-streaming, and I have a TikTok streaming key.
FNAF Edit Man says, I work hard to get followers.
And so I use a stream key, and I have a live agent to get that stream key. Well, TikTok just laid down more strict guidelines for stream keys, and they want now, and I'm not and nobody really knows if this is going to affect me, but they want creators to have 50,000 followers to get a stream key now. And it's like, oh my god. I'm just hoping they don't take my stream key away, you know, because I use Streamlabs, and I don't want to have to go back to running Streamlabs and Live Studio at the same time. It's just not a very performant thing to do. As well as run VRChat and all this stuff. I mean, I have a beefy computer, but still, my studio I was finding wasn't that performant.
FNAF Fatted Man says, miss the rage.
And but yeah, so this
FNAF
one.
Edit Man says oops.
Now this one is more Viking themed, this part of the story. So let me go ahead and kick it off so you guys can see it. Watch the water. Yeah. Let me get up onto the bank here.
FNAF Edit Man says, what's her birth month?
October. I'll be 62 in October. A Libra.
FNAF Edit Man says, I was born in May.
Oh, okay.
Destination. By a glorious road. Paved with dedication.
Yeah, it's pretty dark behind me.
Dayfam says, I was born in December.
Oh.
FNAF Edit Man says May the 9th.
Rocky Red Panda says same day found.
Defeat never.
Yeah, it's always tough when you're born in December because, you know, it's so close to Christmas, you know. So it's kind of interesting because they have these Viking-looking boats to the side, but the boat in the middle looks kind of like this modern thing.
Though we've only just begun. Follow the ways of Death Con.
Dayfam says at Rocky Nice we're Sagittarius.
Ah. Sagittarius.
Death Con 1.
FNAF Edit Man says in tourist.
Now Fed Up Man says in the ball.
Rocky Red Panda says you mean Taurus.
Oh, Taurus, yeah.
Man says yay.
Yeah, the Taurus.
Sacrifice led us to this day and age. To live our legend and claim our stage. Death Con 1.
Rocky Red Panda says him such a Sagittarius.
FNAF Edit Man says him crazy.
Yeah. Now really...
FNAF Edit Man says I have ADHD.
Yeah. A lot of us do here. I am neurodivergent, you know? You know... kind of gravitate to this kind of stuff when you're...
Rocky Red Panda says, I have ADHD too, but I wouldn't say I am crazy.
Yeah, it's not crazy, it's just different, you know?
Hear the battle cries.
So, there's a lot of lights here, and of course the music and the words. And these boats fly up, but then they come down and crash and break apart, kind of thing. Yeah, they're kind of sailing around, I guess.
That Edit Man says GTGCI it later.
Okay, well, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, so the boats start crashing. I'm not sure why they crash. And that's the end, you know. And you can walk out there. I've done it before. You can
Rocky
walk
Red Panda says it's cool though.
Yeah, it's cool. It's especially the first time you see it. It's very impressive. But after you've seen this a few times and you go see Beyond a Bit and then you come back to this, it's like, yeah, I mean it's cool, but it's not as, at least to me, it's not as impressive as when I first saw it, you know. I don't know. I'm just saying. But yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of people love this world. The only thing about this world, like if you go and you walk to that ship, you know, there's some text on there saying, oh, I'm working on this next whole section of the thing. So I think there was going to be like a third animation here and everything. But if you look at the description of the world, I hate this thing.
Rocky Red Panda says, yeah, it's been like that 4 years now, right?
Yeah, and like in the description for the world, it said they're pretty much done working on it. Even though the sign on the boat says, oh, you know, we're planning on these big additions and adding this other thing, kind of, you know, but it's not happening. Which I think is unfortunate. I think they should have kept working on it and adding more. I have to figure out what the heck is wrong with my control. And my I don't know, my left arm disappeared because it's just not tracking right.
Mosey King Terror says, Harrow, you adorable burb.
Oh yeah. I'm in my Fox Fox avatar right now. And I'm still, I switched to my Fox because my arm still wasn't working. My controller's not tracking correctly. I don't know if it has to do with this world or not, because I thought it was fine.
Mosey King Terror says, got you.
Let me try this. Yeah, it's like my arm's really short or something. I'm not sure what's going on here. World. Okay, I'm just going to hop over the Ashen Dragon just to see if I can get straightened out here. See if it happened to be this world that screwed my avatar up. Tracking. I'm gonna hold my arms up while I'm going to this world. See if things... No, it's still broke. Okay, let me try shutting off this controller and turning it back on, see if that'll do it. Okay. Off the controller. Okay, it's fixed. Oh, no. What's it doing? Yeah, I think it's fixed. Yeah. Okay, I think we're good. Just had to reboot the controller. Good grief. So this boat doesn't have, it's not like this fish boat, it doesn't have all the animation and stuff, but it does have cannons of fire, so you can click these things and they shoot cannonballs. It's pretty cool. And I did do a, back before the anti-cheat thing on VRChat, I did do a really cool video on this boat. But I could have the animated camera and I could fly, and I had a really dramatic video created in this world. It's not possible to do it anymore because the anti-cheat thing. But yes, I mean, it has the cannons that could fire, which is
Rocky Red
nice.
Panda says, I don't know if it exists, but I would love a VR sailing game in VRChat.
Let me read that just to make sure I got that right. Well, a sailing game. That's a good question. There might be. There might be. I mean, there's like thousands and thousands of worlds here. But yeah. So this is what I like about this world. Okay, see nice blue skies and everything. But I really like the night mode. So you have to go through the door, come around to this side, and there's this little hidden button here. And boom, you really have this really nice night scene, right? And you can go back around and click on this door again. And you'll be back out here. And it's just, I just really like the atmosphere of the nighttime sailing on this ship with the lanterns and the splashing water and the way the moon, you know, skewered by the clouds over there. I just really like the atmosphere and feeling of this world. No fancy animations or anything. Now,
Rocky Red Panda says there is something hauntingly beautiful about it.
Yeah, I just really... Exactly. And that's why I just said I had to create that video here. And,
Dayfam says, would the ship get to a land?
No, this is just forever floating in the ocean. It won't get to land. At least... I don't think it will. Yeah, it won't. I don't think it will. The world is this ship and this huge body of water around it, and that's it. You know, and the water gives the illusion that the ship is going somewhere. And there's also these streaks in the air, which look really cool. It suggests motion. Yeah, it's a cool world for sure. And the world is big enough though to give you a nice horizon, right? So this is one world I like. This is one world I like to come to. It's called the Ashen Dragon. Yeah, the Ashen Dragon. And of course, this world hasn't been updated in a long time either. It's been around for a long time, but it's not. It's kind of undiscovered. I don't remember how I found this world, but I don't think a lot of people know about it. Gift stacking. Oh, interesting. So yeah, I have given out a lot of VRChat Plus as gifts. Okay, and then but I have not been able to give out VRChat Plus subscriptions to people who already have it. But now it looks like you can. Okay, well that's interesting to know. I gave out a few last month, so I'm not going to do that in the near future anyway. But yeah, I have done that. Okay. Oh yes. So I can show you the other. I have the Underworlds one. It would give you a way to search saved worlds. Got some Star Trek worlds. Got some Goofy worlds. Other really colorful worlds. Okay. World currently set to private. Wow, I hate that when it happens. Okay, so this is beyond a bit. Let me new instance, make a group. Progressive Geeks group, and you're welcome to join my group if you like. Create instance. Join. We'll pop on over there.
Rocky Red Panda says the group's thing surprised me.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's a relatively new thing. So after there was that whole blow up with them adding anti-cheat and getting rid of mods, at least they listened to their users. VRChat listened to their users, and they added a whole bunch of features that were lacking, which is nice. And then one of them is groups. So I can set up, world instead of saying friends plus.
Rocky Red Panda says, how long ago was the anti-cheat fiasco?
Oh, let's see. It was, maybe, I'd have to look up to be sure, but it was at least 6 months, maybe a year ago ish. Oh yeah, there was a big rush to Chill Out VR and Neos VR, some of these other VR platforms, because they were not doing anti-cheat over there. But VRChat stuck to their guns. I do have accounts over at Chill Out VR. I do have an account over at Neos VR, and there's another new one that I have an account at, but I don't go to them very frequently. I did come back to VRChat, and a lot of other people did come back to VRChat. Because there was a lot of people that have the luxury to go to a different platform. And
Rocky Red Panda says my Neos and Chill Outer account name is just Rocky. I love it.
Yeah. So my name is the same on all the platforms. It's Progressive Geek, all one word here. VRChat. It's the same on Chill Out, and it's the same on Neo. So you can look me up over there and add me over there too. Makes it easy, The only place
Rocky
where
Red Panda says usually Rocky is taken on most platforms.
Yeah, I bet. Mine's pretty unique though. I had to do, since this is my second account and I just deleted my first account on TikTok. My TikTok's a little bit different. It's progressive.geek, progressive.geek. So it's a little bit different, but it's because I had to just crash the old account and start over. That's what I did. Okay, so this world, what I'll do is I'll pause the music that I have playing right now. Okay. And go ahead and get this world started. So this one I'll turn the volume up to 30%. I don't want to get too obnoxious, so I can't hear you guys or feel like I can't talk or anything. And maybe I'll adjust it as we go. So the animation for this is much more complex than the fish boat. And the fish boat, yeah, the boats move around a bit, and there's some flashing lights and stuff. This has a lot more motion to it, a lot more elements moving around. It's just not all about flashing lights. There's plants that grow, like this planet-like thing, and you float around that, orbit that. During the show, there's a lot of more elements going on, and as you can see already, there's plants out there right now that kind of float around in the breeze, in the waving grass. It's much more complex than the other world, I would say. And and you have to kick this one off by clicking on the key, and the show starts with the trunk up there. And so when you click this thing, this show begins by the unlocking of the trunk, basically. And so the show starts small and crescendos to this big grandiose thing, which is great. It just doesn't start attacking you with lights right away like the fish boat does, basically. I mean, starts out very slow. And the key floats down and opens the chest. It's a lot of fun. And it's especially fun to bring your friends here who have never been here, because they're just usually not prepared. It's a real treat. And it's Quest compatible, so you can bring your friends who are on Quest only, and they can enjoy the show too, which is...
Rocky Red Panda says, I want to see it in VR.
Yeah, and it's fantastic that you can bring your Quest friends here. And I like the music here. It's really creative. And it's pretty much copyright free because, Twitch doesn't have a problem with it, or platforms don't have a problem with it, which is great too.
Rocky Red Panda says I used to make avatars, and I would always make them Quest compatible.
Yeah. Not that energetic, but... Now... Yeah, my...
Rocky Red Panda says I know many purists at the time didn't like Quest users.
Oh. Yeah, it's... I don't have anything against Quest users. I do have a Quest headset here. I'm using a big screen Beyond headset right now, which is like the world's smallest headset. I don't have anything against Quest users, but I understand where it's coming from.
Well, how is that?
What's that?
Welcome to Progressive Geeks House.
So, I'll tell you why some people don't like Quest users. And it's not about being a purist.
Roxog says this world was fit to be in.
It's there's a lot of little kids that got into VRChat and some that are underage in VRChat. I mean, they really shouldn't be in VRChat. They're too young, under the 13, and 99.9% of them are Quest only. I mean, they use the Quest. So, if you were
says tripping and still don't know why it's not a PC world.
Yeah, yep. Quest can do this world. It's great. But yeah, I mean that's why some So these 3 planet things floating around, and then there's this mirror thing floating around. It's a really much more complex animation than the Fishbowl. Very, very nice. I mean, and it took a team to create this one. I mean, there was a team of creators
Rocky Red
that did
Panda
this.
says, what is this world?
It's called Beyond a Bit. Like Beyond, BEYOND, and A, and then BIT, bit. Yeah, it's very, very beautiful, very well done, and it supports Quest. People on Quest can enjoy it just as much. So it's one of the best worlds to bring all your friends, including those who are just strictly on Quest.
Rocky Red Panda says, okay, I need to hop on VRC tomorrow and see this.
Yeah. And the mirror swallows you up and does a little spin. First, it doesn't do that very long, where it will cause nausea or anything, but or at least for me. But it is a bit disorienting for like a second or two. That spinning mirror, but you're back here on the ground again. And so you were like halfway through the show-ish. After the space bit of it, you're in the grass part of the show. Lots of elements. And this creature that shows up momentarily is a campana. That's what they call it. And there's another world where you can see the campana more clearly. I think that's what they call it. And I can show you that world too if you like. It's by the same creator, of course. And this is where they end, where the trunk gets locked up again. It's a little floodlight, which is a really nice effect. I mean, it just looks cool, right? And after this chest is locked, the original world comes back, but it's different. It's like the walls and stuff and the ceiling are kind of broken. And yeah, but you can go outside and run around out here, and there are some invisible walls though, so you can't go all the way to the edge or anything. You can certainly walk up to some of these plants, but you know that's about it. And there's some sound effects like a blowing wind. I mean, so you could actually kind of hang out and relax and maybe even sleep here if you like sleeping in VR, because it's just calming, kind of a breeze kind of background sound. And you know, if you open up the menu and look at the world, you can see Beyond a Bit is the name of the world, so you'll also see this. Let's see, the author is SD October, and you can see down here there's several worlds down here by this author, and there's a couple more hidden worlds too. I really like the labyrinth. It's nice. Here's the steps of the Campana. You know, so we, you know, that's that creature there. You know, I can take you there and show you that. What that looks like. Just port over there. Yeah, and here's the Campana here. It's like a canvas or like a skirt thing over these what looks like mechanisms, sort of like gears or something, that spin around kind of in, you know, as part of its motion, right? It's really cool how they made this look. And this is kind of like the style of these worlds. There's a lot of translucent type textures, you know, see-through things. And as you can see over here, even these controls are like see-through bubbles for turning on the mirror. You can turn on portals to those other worlds. Like you turn the portals on, Twisted Forest, Isolated Towers, Mirrored Flowers, which is a cool place. Cube Collection, eh. You know, the Twisted Forest, eh. You know, how was it? They might be earlier worlds that they made. The Mirrored Flowers is great. Isolated Towers is really interesting. There's a couple worlds missing from these portals, so maybe some of the other ones came later, I'm not sure. But yeah, some of the one of the other worlds I like, if I just go to current location and scroll up, I like this one. This world is similar, only instead of the Campana it has this sort of fish kind of thing that floats around. Show that to you. Similar style, but But I like the little hangout place here. Okay, so the swimming thing. Oh, it's right here. Okay. Like a jellyfish thing that just kind of swims around. But I really like this. And it's great for streaming too. So like if I was to set up the stream camera. Yeah, so you know, it's just a really cool place to kind of hang out, and I like the flowing curtains around it. Great little meetup place, especially, you know, if you just want to have conversations and whatnot. Just kind of hang out in a cool, relaxing place. And oh, I needed to get me some water. There's a mirror. Oh, there it is. Music. You can turn it off, turn it on. I'm not sure exactly what the camera does. I think that turns portals on. Turn.
Rocky Red Panda says, I like how in VR you can really just get flung through space.
Yeah.
Or something and not be phased by it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's really cool stuff. You have to be careful, there's holes you can fall through. But even if you fall through, you just respawn, you know. Now, somebody was asking about flying earlier. I don't think I could do it here, but change back into my bird. I don't think they have flying mechanics here. No, they don't. Okay, but I can show you where they do. Let's see.
Rocky Red Panda says, but like the amount of experiences that would vaporize a medieval peasant in VR is crazy.
Oh, yeah. Now this this world here, Horse Mountain, is fantastic. You could ride horses around, and also supports Quest, but I can only ride the horses around for a little while, and it starts making me nauseous because you actually kind of go up and, you know, it's like riding a sort of like riding a horse. I don't get not just riding real horses, but riding virtual horses, it makes me a bit nauseous after a bit, so I can't do it. Keep doing it. Wow. I think I'm gonna need another drink. Hold on. No. Maybe that'll help. Where was I? Oh yeah, worlds. Virtual Ference has flying capability, but it's not as great as some of the other worlds. Let me look at recently visited. Dragon's Flight is a great place to fly.
Rocky Red Panda says, alright, it's 4 a.m. for me. I'm gonna hit the hay.
Oh, okay. Alright, well, have a good night. Thanks for joining me. I know I'm on kind of late. Sometimes, you know, it happens. I had Dungeons and Dragons, so... And plus, I created that other video. So, yeah, I got in kind of late. Looks like I've been streaming for an hour and a half. But yeah, so for those who want to see the flying, I'll turn on the stream camera. Still, okay, yeah. So in this world, you basically just flap your wings. And it always helps me to do a little jump first. I'll do a jump and flap. And you can fly above the trees. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And you get to exercise your wings too. Get the old wing muscles pumping. And what I like about this is you can lift a wing to like bank and turn, which is really nice. When they're coming for landing, you just kind of pull your wings in. And you can glide for a bit. Want to mountain, you can just bank. Gonna come in for landing. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't. Wait, list it twice. That's weird. If I look at socials, let me look at socials real quick. No, I want friend locations. Blue Wolf is on. Blue Floofa VR is on there. Floofa VR is a TikTok creator as well. I think they have quite a bit more following than I do. Twinkies, okay. Renz is on. He's actually blue, but he's playing drinking games. I probably shouldn't jump over there to while I'm streaming. missile. It's Melon's X, I guess. Oh yeah, Melon. There's Melon. And Melon's X. Yeah, that they had a big blow up probably a year ago now. Totally deleted the Discord server and everything. I mean, it was pretty crazy. I don't really visit them much. I mean, I still have them as friends on VRChat, but you know, I don't really visit them anymore. And you know, not really. I mean, I have the test pilots world saved. I just, you know, I'm just not excited about test pilots. Yeah, Demon King's not on tonight. No, sometimes his parents don't let him on VR very late, so you know he can't always join me. Yeah. Okay, I'm on Blue even. Yeah, I'm on. Well, I have streaming. Sometimes people are afraid to join me when I'm streaming, but you know, you're here to behave and just have conversation or whatever. You know, I'm totally fine with that. Yeah, this world's great for flying. Also, the furry hideout world is great for flying. So this world is created by one of my TikTok friends. It's Shadrea Tapis. Now, like I think on TikTok, I think it's Shadrea the Donkey VR. Is their name? Or Shadrea the Donkey _VR, something like that. They created this world, and we're good TikTok friends. And sometimes she will join me, but you know, I am on pretty late. Not always. Yeah, I like the trees here. Very unique. Let me turn the stream camera. You know, just they kind of remind me of Pacific Northwest trees. You got some trees like this where it's perfectly natural for them to lose their bark. It's just what they do. Really interesting trees.
A Iriagen said some of them kinda remind me of arbutus trees yet.
Yeah. Yeah, they're really unique here. I keep thinking of maybe asking her where she got these from when she built this world. But, you know, you keep forgetting about it. You know, when she joins, we just have too much fun flying around and stuff, I guess. Yeah, but this is really nice. And the other world that you can fly in is the... well, there's the virtual furrents, like I mentioned before. But the flying mechanics is more rudimentary there. You can't do the banking and stuff. Demon King took me to play blackjack. That was pretty fun. And of course the golfing thing. I'm thinking of maybe setting up some events like golf with the geek and set up a putt-putt. I like the putt-putt at nighttime. Putt Putt Quest. It's a lot of fun. Let's see if I go to updated favorites. Oh, the updated Aqua? Okay, I'll have to check that out. Point. Should be in here somewhere. Wasn't that long ago. Oh yeah, there it is. Furry Hideout, very popular place. I'll just create a new instance. For the Furry Hideout, you can also fly in. You have to click on this. Yeah, okay. What I really liked about this world is a very active world. The creator it has a Discord. Discord.gg/furry hideout. They update this world for all the seasons. So, okay, so they actually got rid of. So it looks like they recently changed it again. They got rid of the snow, and during December they had Christmas presents and the tree and everything all around. But for a longer time they had snow, but it looks like that's all gone. So if I fly over there, come on, it's an altitude. I'm trying.
A Iriagen said all the snow gone, but it's still winter P.
I know. I don't. Okay, there's still this funky emblem thing here. You could see this in the snow when they had the snow here.
A Iriagen said, "Is that like a teleportal?"
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. I'm not sure what this is for. You can't click on it. You can stand on it. And if you look at it, you can see that that's the face of a Tatum. Tatum type avatar. I don't know why there's a Tatum here. But yeah, I don't know what the story is behind this thing. But it was here when the snow was here too. And you can only find this if you fly over here. You have to fly over here to see that, because you can't climb up here any other way. And yeah. And of course, you can see the moon. There's like a little thing sticking out the side. There's a platform up there, and you can either fly up there or you can teleport up there using the telescope. If we go over here to the top of the building, yeah, there's a telescope here. So you can fly over there, or you can just click this telescope and now you're on the moon. Okay. If you go over here and look down, you can see where we were way down there. And if you click on this telescope, you'll go back. So there's like a mirror here. I don't think there's a video player, but you can see the nice mirror. Couple sort of chairs. They don't have any sit mechanics, but if your avatar can sit, you can kind of sit there. There's some pictures. Some pictures from the holiday stuff that they had kind of going on here. Down here, they have the logo for Furry Hideout, and another mirror over here. If you turn that on, Yeah, it just replaces the logo, or most of it, with the mirror. It kind of a lower quality mirror because it just reflects the avatar. Doesn't reflect the world other than the skybox. Actually, that might not even be reflecting the skybox. You just might be seeing the skybox through the mirror. I don't know. No, it's reflecting, I guess. Sort of. It just doesn't reflect any other assets other than your avatars. Yeah, I mean, it's a really cool place. And it has a cave too. You click this and go back down. There's another secret place here, which is the cave.
Hey Iriagen. Said most of the mirrors I saw in VRC were pretty basic it seemed.
Yeah. A lot of them will give you an option for low quality mirror or high quality mirror. The low quality mirror will just reflect the avatars. The high quality will reflect everything. And it looks like they just had the low quality here. So if you click on this box
here. Hey Iriagen. Said I gotcha.
And yeah, so this is the cave, which is really kind of neat. I like the lighting down here. And the other thing I like is the avatars are well lit. You know, there's some rooms that have kind of a dark motif that, you know, the avatar, it's really hard to like use the streaming camera because you just kind of disappear in the darkness. But here, the avatars are well lit, which is great for streaming and recording. And then they have some cool artwork around here. Wow, that almost looks like the new Nova Beast model there. Everybody's got the freaking Nova Beast. You know, I've had people, oh, why don't you get the Nova Beast? It's like, okay. I mean, yeah, I guess I'm going to have to get the freaking Nova Beast model and do my own texture on it. I can certainly do that. It's just another thing, right? Another thing.
Hey Iriagen. Said I'm not too into the Nova Beast myself, but cool other people like it p.
Yeah, I know. So the thing... Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cute, right? The only thing is, you know, I like... When I do my texturing... let me just show you here. Turn the stream camera back on. Maybe... Where is it? Okay. Yeah. So... It's part of my style, if you will. And this is true of my Fox, my Avali, this one, and even the Otter I textured. It's, you know, I use this reddish, maroonish kind of color, and I have kind of like a blonde hair, right? So in real life, you know, I have blonde hair, though, you know, being 61, some of it's starting to turn gray a little bit, you know, but you know. I don't have blue eyes, but in real life I had brown eyes, but I was using green eyes on my first avatars, but green has a problem when you when you start doing green screen stuff. You know, your eyes disappear. So can't have that. So I switched to blue eyes for that reason. So my avatars, especially my newer ones, I always have like bluish eyes, and I have blonde hair, and I'll have like the maroon, you know, maybe some white, and you know, and some of the blonde
Iriagen.
throughout.
Said we call that seeing into the soul of your avatar p.
Yeah. And now the problem with the Nova Beast is it's like, I don't know, 70% of its head is hair, right? Yeah, there's layers, but it goes way back, right? And it's just like, it's kind of too much, you know, for my taste. I mean, you know, maybe I'll get one and try to texture it, but I don't think I can get it quite with my look, just because of that, right? I do have the Nardo Dragon model. You know, I started texturing that. I just, you know, the ADHD thing, I got distracted, and I'll just have to kind of get back to it and finish it at some point. It's not one of those things on my list, you know. That one's kind of similar. It has like a lot of hair on it, so I'm gonna play with that a bit to see what I can do with it, you know. Yeah. So I mean that's my only, and plus, you know, the Nova Beast, when you go and look at the creator site, if you look at Gumroad, it's the only model they have up there. It's like, okay, what's the story? Why is this the only thing they have up there? You know, I'm not sure. You know, usually when you have a creator like that creates something like that, they have like, you know, 5, 8, 10, 20 things up on Gumroad, right? But this is like the only thing they've got up there is the Nova Beast, and it has clothing and all this kind of stuff. It's like, okay, where did this person come from? You know, I'm not questioning that really, but it's just kind of interesting, kind of really different and unique about getting stuff on Gumroad. And I was also surprised because one
Iriagen said secret conspiracy plans if Monka S.
you never know. And you know, and I was in the first time, you know, I was in the golfing world with Demon King and some others, you know. Somebody popped in the world and said, "Oh, did you see Spyro Dragon?" And it's like, you know, who's that? And oh, you don't know Spyro Dragon? Like, you know, I should know this famous person.
Said like Spyro the PS1 game.
Yeah, maybe, but there's this dude called Spyro Dragon, and actually has a little bit different name on Gumroad. It's like Q Dragon or something. It says, oh yeah, it creates all these Nardos. But I did go to the Gumroad, and there's a few things up there. It looks like what they mostly created was little attachments to put on your Nardo. Like you can put, they have this blade thing you can put at the end of the tail of a Nardo. You know, different things like that. It's like, okay. So I don't. Like, okay, I was expecting, by the way the guy acted, you know, so famous for Nardos, that I would see a whole bunch of textures and stuff up there, but not really. I was kind of expecting more. I mean, there are, so like my fox, you know, it's a I made that from a Rexoium Evolved, you know, with Tosca made that, and I mean Tosca has, you know, what I would expect. I mean, Tosca has a bunch of stuff up under Gumroad, and I used Tosca's Evolved Rex to make my fox. And there's some other something else I made with Tosca. Oh yeah, the original. Okay, yeah. So I got the Evolved Evolved Rex, and I also have the Evolved Rex HD, the high definition. So like when you see I'll flip back to it so you can see. Okay, so this is one. Okay, first I'll show my older one. This is like the regular. Is this Tosca's? Yeah, I think so. So I think this is. Move in a little bit. So I made this with Tosca's. This is your older version before the HD version. And I did something a little different. I actually took hair from a different creator.
Said cool.
Yeah, so I took hair from another creator and put it on this to get this this blonde hair thing going. The other thing that this has that my other avatars don't have is I've got this phaser. It's a Star Trek phaser because I was going to create some skits with this, right? And it's pretty cool. I didn't put it on any of my other avatars though. I was going to.
Ariagen said, yeah, I was gonna ask if it was from Star Trek, haha.
Yep. Yeah. And yeah, so I got that phaser model, and I also have a tricorder model I didn't put on this. The tricorder model kind of needs some editing. Yeah, and then Tosca came out with the Evolved Rex HD, or high definition. So I got that model, and that's what I created this one from. Okay, and moving even a little more closer. Yeah, and then I got.
Ariagen said, oh, clothes.
Yeah, and this one is called HD, and what's HD about it is there's like more of a fur texture to it. But I did also use a non-standard shader with it, which I don't know, to me when I look at it, it has kind of a bit of a glassy look to it. And it might be because of the shader I used. Something a little different, right? And this, this one has the blue eyes, and instead of like putting hair from another creator on it, I've got this one had a whole bunch of options for fluff, and so I just picked the one that had the wave in it, like in my other avatar, and of course, it has some bones in it, so you can like flip it around and stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and this one also has a T-shirt on it. I got the free Julian Assange on it. I was gonna make some other T-shirts. I just haven't got around to it. With different things on it, different things and stuff on them, but I don't know. This is the only shirt I've got right now that I made, and and of course my little volley doesn't have any of that. I did also make this silly thing. Let me back it up a little bit. It's the otter, and with the blonde hair, the blue eyes, the same signature. My signature on it. I mean, the otter's okay. It's not.
Ariagen said, cute little otter P.
Yeah, otters aren't my favorite, but I mean, it is cute, And And the model creator for this, you know, I understand, I don't know, he goes by Bat something or other. He makes bank off of this thing because people just bought this thing and just used it to heck to create all kinds of stuff. And one thing I was surprised, you know, working on this otter as compared to like some of Tosca's models, at how unrefined it is, right? It's a very simple model. You know, which that in itself isn't bad, but when I loaded up the texture in Substance Painter, Adobe Substance Painter, it's very disorganized. Now, if you load up Tosca's or a lot of other creators' textures into Substance Painter, everything's in nice, neat little folders, and it's really easy to work with. But this one, the Substance Painter file, is just a complete mess. And instead of using Substance Painter features, everything's just bitmap textures for everything, including the eyes. And the texture is like a solid blue, right? And it's like, well, why have a texture that's solid blue when you could just say, you know, in Substance Painter, just say, oh, it's a solid color blue. You know, that's the kind of thing I ran into. It's really kind of disorganized, not professional, I would say. That just, you know, and as somebody who, yeah, okay, you know, I hate complaining, but I was
said could be just self-taught, lol.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, you know, I don't want to knock him. It's just, you know, for the money you make off of it, it just thinks that you would kind of go back and you know, just kind of organize it more. You know, just kind of, you know what I mean. Just kind of make it a little more modern. And sure, this model's been around for like forever, and it probably started out with just bitmap textures. And so it just kind of looks like the Substance Painter file, the textures were just kind of thrown in there. It's like, okay, let's throw these in there. Okay, there you go. You have a Substance Painter file. You know, that's kind of what it looks like. You know, I don't know. If it was me, I would have gone back and kind of tried to organize it and maybe just make it look a little less embarrassing. But, you know, that's just me. I might be a little bit of my perfectionism kind of showing. But, you know, more power to him. It's certainly, I mean, I'm certainly not making money on avatars. I have a Gumroad account, but I'm more of a buyer than. And it's every once in a while I think about it. Yeah, I should put something up there.
I guess if he's making bank.
Yeah, that's all that matters, I guess, right? You know, I guess that's all that matters. I mean, every once in a while I think about maybe putting something up there, but I don't know. To get started on Gumroad, you probably have to, you know, put stuff up there and kind of really promote it and all that kind of stuff. And I have plenty to do just promoting my TikTok, you know. That's kind of what I do anyway. I do make my own avatars, but they're kind of for personal use. And, you know, and since they're personal use, I don't worry about creating Quest compatible versions because it's just me using them. If I was to kind of create stuff for Gumroad, I'll probably have to worry more about making stuff Quest compatible. You know? You know, whenever you package up stuff for sale, you have to put a little more thought into it and a little more work into it to make it so that other people can use it, right? I mean, that's just part of it, part of the business part of it, right?
A
And,
Iriagen said ideally at least yet.
yeah. And I've known a creator. I don't follow them anymore. I just kind of block them because I've known a creator who creates avatars and textures and stuff, and they just totally suck at the business part of it. You know, I gave them, probably $300 for stuff, and I never got anything because I don't know. They were all about the creating part of it, but they just were not good at packaging stuff up and actually giving it to the person. And I just like, they came up to me and said, "Oh, do you want to buy this?" And I just had to put my foot down at some point and said, "No, I'm not buying any more because I don't have anything to show for it." Right? I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, but it's just like, I don't know. If you're gonna do it, make sure you do the whole thing, the whole business part of it. Sure, there's the creativity part, and you may love doing the creativity part, and you may not like the business part as much, but if you're gonna run a business, you have to do the business part of it too. You have to deliver, right? So, yeah, I just got enough of that, I mean, I like helping creators out, but, if they can't even deliver, it's like, I'm not going to help you out anymore. Yeah. I wasn't expected to go off on that rant, but, I guess it still eats at me sometimes. I just had to block them because I just hated seeing them creating content because it just kind of pissed me off. So it's just like to
A
protect.
Iriagen said it's still fun to listen to P.
Yeah, I'm sure. And I had to block them to kind of protect them, right? Because I kind of went off on one of their lives once, and so it's like, okay, I just blocked them just so to protect them, to keep me from going off on them. Yeah. So back over to my burb. I have to do a little bit more refinement in some of these things. So I don't know, some of you may know, but I did do a little more than just coloring this one. Give you a little closer look. I actually, it's not just smooth, glossy white, and on the texture, if you look real close. I actually, when I loaded it up in Substance Painter, it's like, I want something a little different. I want to actually have a texture, like maybe there's little tiny feathers, and so yeah, I had a little trouble finding what I really wanted, but I ended up trying just a human thumbprint. So there's actually a human thumbprint as part of this texture, and it's like, okay, I think that's just about the right amount of texture. So doesn't look like a human thumbprint, but yeah, I used a human thumbprint to kind of add a little bit of 3D-ness to the texture.
A Iriagen said, interesting.
Yeah. You probably will never hear any other creator doing something crazy like that, but that's what I did on this. I just didn't want it to be flat white, Yep. Yeah, that's kind of the cool stuff.
Ariagen. Said kinda reminds me of how they design Foley for movies, haha.
Oh yeah? Okay. Yeah. Well, I played around a bit with what's it called? The other Adobe thing, Substance Designer, I think it's called. And it's really cool. They got tutorial. I followed one of the tutorials where you can actually make wood planks that actually look like real wood, and it's called procedural generation, where it's like, oh, you just do all these things on top of each other. Like you start out with making these oval shapes, right? And they're just elongated circles, and you just build up from there. The elongated circles turn into the knots in the wood, right? And you create like some straight lines, and you put them on top of the ovals, and you say, okay, warp the lines around the ovals, and that turned into the wood grain. I mean, it's just a fantastic program where you can create all these natural looking textures through what's called procedural process. A million different things you can create with that, with the procedural texturing stuff. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. And of course you have to have a subscription to do all this kind of stuff. So I do have the Adobe subscription. Got my drink here. Should be here somewhere. There it is. Take another swig.
Ariagen. Said yup, Adobe loves their subscriptions.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people don't like the subscription thing, but back in the day, to get all those apps, it was like $5,000-$10,000. You just had to fork out, $10,000 for the master collection that had all the apps. And then, you only had like updates for a year, or I mean, that was like the version you got that you spent the thousands of dollars for. So at least with a subscription, you're always getting the latest version of everything, right? I mean, there are pluses to the subscription thing. And and I admit, back in the day, I was one of the people who would find some, let's say, alternative methods of acquiring the applications. Back when I was, a little poorer. And I know there's people who still do that. But there is the risk of getting viruses doing it that way. And I have run into that before. But nowadays, older.
Ariagen. Said I feel like that's extremely common.
It is. But when I got older and I got a job where I can afford this kind of thing, it's like, the subscription makes it so that, it's affordable for me, and I can be legit and above board and everything, and plus get all the latest stuff. Not have to worry about things being infected with viruses, I mean, that part of it's a big plus. Now, there's also alternative programs for things like...
Dayfam says in going to bed now, have a good night.
Have a good night, Dayfam. There are alternative things to Adobe now, like, like for Photoshop, there's like, what's it called? GIMP? Is it GIMP? It's good. And there's also an alternative that does vector graphics. It's Ink something.
Hey Iriagen. Said GIMP for Photoshop yet?
Yeah, GIMP. And GIMP is pretty good. I've used GIMP before. It's pretty good. It's different. So like if you're using Photoshop or using GIMP, you have to kind of switch how you use the UI because it's different.
Hey Iriagen. Said I remember using that in high school in like 2008 LOL.
Yeah, and because it's free, right? And it's that makes it a lot easier to obtain in like the school setting. I mean, Adobe does have an educational version, and I did have the educational version for a while because I have a university alumni email, but then they changed it to where you had to have the email and an ID, and of course I didn't have an ID, so I had to switch to the non-educational full version. Which, it's still like, 50 something a month or something. I pay for that. But yeah, but there are some free tools out there for doing things. There's another one that does vector graphics that's really nice. The only thing about the vector graphics one, it doesn't do splines. Well, what happens is I try to import a vector graphics image that had splines in it, and this free vector graphics app I was using didn't import the splines correctly. So I mean, it has some limitations. I mean, it's great for doing arcs and lines and other things. It just didn't handle splines. What's everybody doing out there? Is it getting late for everybody? I know some people are dropping off. Yeah. Oh, you're on Twitch. Oh, well, thanks for watching me on Twitch. I'm multi-streaming. I'm on Twitch and YouTube. Yeah, it's always most of my viewers are on TikTok, but it's really nice to hear people on YouTube and Twitch. Use the text-to-speech I set up. Great to hear from you over there. Yeah, it might be. I've been streaming for about 2 hours and 18 minutes according to TikTok, but I always have to start that up first. According to I know Streamlabs should tell me a number here somewhere. I'm just not seeing it.
Thanks for the screen tapping, Uncle Sam.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Streamlabs says 2 hours and 14 minutes. TikTok says 2 hours and 18 minutes because I took 4 minutes between starting up TikTok streaming as opposed to Streamlabs desktop. So that's why there's a difference. And I use a stream key, so it's interesting because when I started up on TikTok, I'm not actually streaming yet, but it still counts the time while it's waiting for me to start up the Streamlabs, which I think is interesting. And yeah, so it's kind of neat. I have in my live stream, I have, if you see the little box there, that's my headset view. So when I turn on my desktop, you can actually see me looking at all the different apps I have running to make the stream happen. Yeah, I got a bunch of windows open. VRChat is kind of open too, but it's kind of in the background. I have, sometimes they use the Streamlabs music, but right now I'm using the Spotify, and I got this channel here called Gaming Music Playlist, copyright free, Twitch, YouTube safe releases, and it looks like they keep updating it and adding more stuff. So, and it's just a big playlist on Spotify you can play when you're streaming, which is nice, and of course I can also do the Streamlabs music. Though Streamlabs music I do have some problems with sometimes. Like, it's supposed to be royalty-free music, but sometimes it still has issues when I clip things and post it to TikTok. TikTok, even though it's royalty-free, TikTok will still mute it for copyright. But sometimes what I've done before is I've used a new CapCut feature that will extract the voice, the talking, and leave the music out. And I can put CapCut royalty-free music, which TikTok is happy with, in there instead. And I was thinking about doing a video explaining how to do that. I've got a couple instructional videos out there. I might do another one on how to replace the music, since that's becoming more of an issue with people, especially now that, the whole music Armageddon thing that happened with TikTok. It might be useful for people if I created a little instructional video on how to replace the music in their current video, so they get to save it, right? Rescue it, so to speak, and still keep the talking and stuff in it, because TikTok just mutes the whole thing.
Hey, Iriagen said, I feel like I'm just missing out on the TikTok wars.
Yeah, there was a war. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And what's really bad is there are some musicians there, independent creators, who did not sign up with UMG, which was the one that had the license set up with TikTok. They had signed up with another record label, or music label. Record label, so old-fashioned. Shows my age. But with the they were under a different label, and that's, even labels are really an old term, because that was the sticker that would get stuck on the vinyl records. That was the label. But yeah, they signed up with a different label that didn't have an agreement with TikTok, and they were just putting the music themselves up on TikTok, right? But since their label had an agreement with one of UGM's distributors, and it was like not UGM, but one of its subsidiaries that would just do the distribution part of the music. UGM itself did not have license to this artist's music, but they still had their music blocked on TikTok, even though legally they didn't really have the rights to block it on TikTok, because they didn't have the distribution. I mean, they didn't have the rights to the music to begin with. It was a different label. And for independent music creators, that really hurts them, because that's their business on TikTok. That's how they get known, is through TikTok. And so that's really hurting some of these creators.
Said sounds like Latin auteur on YouTube, actually.
Yeah. I know, and it's crazy. it's these big corporations, right? You know, personally, I think the whole copyright thing got totally out of control, and it stifles creativity. You know, that's my opinion of the whole thing. But you know, you got capitalism and these big, giant music companies that like want to own everything. You know, that's just kind of the lay of the land right now unless something massive changes, you know. That's the way it is.
Iriagen said we finally just got old Mickey Mouse in public domain.
Yeah, yeah, isn't it? Yep. But only that Mickey Mouse. It's not all Mickey Mouse. It's just that Mickey Mouse. Yep. Yeah, that was kind of a big deal. For sure. So it's almost 2 a.m. here. So for people on the East Coast, it's really... I mean, the sun's going to start coming up over there. So... yeah. So I don't know. I should probably let you guys go to bed, unless you're night people. I've got some younger viewers. You know, they sometimes get in trouble because they're staying up and watching me, and I don't want that to happen. Oh. I remember I had some. I mean, this was one of my previous account, because this is my second TikTok account. My previous account, I had someone said they were skipping class at school to watch my streams. I said, no, don't do that. Don't skip your classes for me.
Now Fed Up Man says I'm the only person in the live.
Maybe. So it's pretty late. I'm multi-streaming, so I have, you know, maybe a handful of people divided up among TikTok and YouTube and Twitch, and plus I also stream to Twitter. I'm on Twitter. I know I don't get text to speech with them.
FNAF Edit Man says it's 4 o'clock a.m.
Yeah, it's late. It's late, and yeah, and people start dropping off at this time. But I do also stream on Facebook and Twitter and Kick and on Trovo, but I don't have text-to-speech for them, and I don't monitor them during the live. I just always visit them afterwards to see if anybody, you know, commented or whatever. Because I do the multi-streaming thing.
Illicubicite says hi.
Iriagen.
Hello.
Said, is there a platform you don't stream on? P.
Thanks for the screen tapping, Katie.
I don't stream on Instagram. I don't stream on Instagram. I heard a bunch of horror stories. I stream on Facebook, but I don't stream on Instagram. And they're kind of like they're trying to pull a thing like Twitch used to do, where they tried to like block everybody if they're streaming on anything else. So I don't know. I just avoid
Thanks
Instagram.
for the screen tapping alive, but dead inside. D.
I have an Instagram account, but I don't hardly use it.
Deeply love you.
Thanks for the shares. I play that when somebody shares my stream on TikTok. I think it's cute.
Truly. Deeply love you.
That's the one.
Truly. Deeply love you.
Yep. You know.
Thanks for the screen tapping, Katie.
It's fun. The effects. I like the sounds. And my viewers do too. And
deeply love you.
And I've got some sounds for Twitch and YouTube as just through
Flat
Streamlabs.
Man says I froze for a sec.
Oh. So I have sounds for Twitch and YouTube. They're not as elaborate that I have for TikTok. There's usually just different music that plays.
FNAF Edit Man says what happened.
So
Love you.
FNAF Edit Man says what happened.
what happened? What happened with what? Let me see. What happened?
FNAF Edit Man says the voice glitch.
Illacubicite says nice world.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, this is the cave.
Thanks for the screen tapping, Katie.
Under Ferality, or not Ferality, Furry Hideout. Furry Hideout World. Now, actually, so I use Tickfinity for the text-to-speech for TikTok. It's actually been working better. I've had times where it would go just out of the blue, go back and reread all the comments in the stream. It was so annoying. It would just go backwards and read everything that I already heard because it already said it. It seems to be not doing that now, so they must have fixed that. So that's good.
FNAF Edit Man says, how do you get popular?
Well, I'm kind of learning that myself. It's what I'm finding. So I do pay money to promote on TikTok to increase my followership, but it looks like the thing that's really working on all platforms is just streaming regularly. I mean, that's the secret. I started trying to stream most nights. I can't do every night, but when I kind of regularly, try to fit a pattern. I don't have a published schedule or anything like that. I just started trying to stream like I almost have a schedule, right? And that seems to do the trick. And it seems to help, especially on Twitch and YouTube, because it seems like people discover me more if I try to do it more regularly. So I think that's the trick to getting more popular. It's just being regular. And of course, me being neurodivergent ADHD, it's a challenge. But of course, having other commitments and needing to do family time and stuff, it makes it a bit more of a challenge to stream regularly. I don't have a published schedule. I mean, I could have a published schedule and I just have to say, stream will be delayed, or stream is early, or can't stream this slot. I could do that kind of thing. But already I have people, DM me or comment on one of my previous posts saying, "Hey, are you streaming tonight?" I mean, that's what it takes. It's just streaming
Xanderson
regular.
says, hey there, thank you for the thing on Cash App.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. I will, that's one thing I like to do too. I'll if I can, I can't always, if I can, I will help out.
Xanderxum says that really helped me out.
Well, I'm so glad to hear that. I mean, I do try to help out people when I can. There are, like I said earlier, I'm not only just in the furry circles, I'm also into some other activist circles. I'll sometimes send money to some of them too. There's another group that supports.
Xanderxum says, if you need any money, please let me know.
Yeah. I'm doing good. I mean, I have a job, so I don't need money. I you know, subscriptions and stuff are nice, you know, because they just help in general, and you know, you know, when I get to retirement, you know, it might be kind of nice, you know, to have some kind of income from this kind of stuff. You know, don't get me wrong on that, but you know, right now, I'm working pretty good salary. You know, like if I can help people who are in need, you know, I'll try to do that.
Xanderson says I was finally able to get my phone paid off and some of my rent.
Oh, nice. Yep. Yeah, so I'm a friendly being, and I'll try to help if I can. I've also, you know, like somebody asked me how do you get popular. You know, I'm more than willing to share what I've learned, advice from my experiences. You know, I am older. I'm 61 years old. I've been around the track a few times, right? So, you know, if you're going through something, chances are I probably went through it once too. Even though I'm a software engineer, there was a time where I had to use the food bank and stuff. There was a time I was doing like an independent contracting work, and the huge company I was working for as a contractor, you know, wanted to make their stock meeting, their shareholder meeting, look more positive about the money they were making, and they just shut off all their contracts for 3 months. You know, I'll probably make a story time about this, but you know, basically I had a call saying, "Hey, got good news, bad news. The bad news is you can't work and bill anything for the next 3 months, but when January rolls around, you'll have a job again, and then you can start billing again." Well, you know, life doesn't work like that. That kind of screwed me over royally, and I ended up having to apply for food stamps and visit the food bank and all that kind of stuff too. That was a real shock to me when I had to do that, but you know, I did go through it, and that's probably why I like to help people when I can too, just because, you know, I know what it's like. I've been through it. You know what I mean?
Xandixum says you are a good person. I hope you know that.
People told me that too. Thank you. Yep. So, yeah, I shouldn't stay up real much later, and I shouldn't keep you guys up late either, especially if you're on the East Coast. You know, everybody should get their sleep. But you know, thanks for hanging out with me. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy talking with you guys about things. That's why I really like the text to speech. There's some creators who only have the text to speech turned on for subscribers. You know, I don't do that. You know, at least right now, because I just like hearing from everybody. Yeah, but
Xanderson says, well, I'm here always, so remember that.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much for the support, and yeah, and you know, just sharing or whatever, and or liking, you know, following me, you know, all that stuff is great, and it helps me out. So as far as growing and getting popular, so to speak. Yeah, I mean, my following on YouTube and Twitch, certainly not huge, but you know, I've got over 13,000 followers, 14,000, somewhere around there on TikTok. yeah, if you guys on TikTok have YouTube or Twitch accounts, go follow me over there as well. That'll kind of help boost that up over there too. If you're looking for something to do, or follow me on Kick. I just learned that Kick will pay you.
Xander XM says I am glad you are somewhere in followers. I am trying my best to post more.
Yeah, posting, and once you get your 1,000 followers and you go live, that helps a lot too. Your live streaming, you can get more followers. That certainly helps too. And and I just found out that Kick will pay streamers by the hour, like an hourly rate to stream. But of course, you have to meet certain requirements, have a certain number of followers and like that. And I'm not nowhere even close to that on Kick. I mean, that's I don't think I have even one follower over there. But I'm over there streaming to nothingness over there. But I'm over there.
Zanduxon says, well, I think you should go to bed soon. I think we all need to.
Yeah. In fact, I'll probably just start wrapping this up. I'll put on the closing animation that I have. Yeah. This is a Streamlabs kind of like a streaming template kind of thing. We can have like stream starting, stream ending, and this one's called Dark Matter. I really like the animation; it's really neat. And I don't use the start streaming that much. I usually just get right into it. But for the ending, I like to show this thing just because it's kind of cool. And yeah, so I'll start shutting things down, and you all have a good rest of your night or morning, depending on where you are. And get some sleep. I'll get some sleep, and maybe we'll do this again tomorrow.
Sanderson says, well, you get some good sleep tonight and have a blessed day.
Yeah, you too. Thank you so much.